This part of the video will show how two trains interact each other using the auto tower option. We start with showing the main panel that has all of the various parts of the layout, but we're particularly concentrating on Viaduct. The first train that we're going to see is the BO 34 coming out of Connersville. It has already set the request for the shared portion of Viaduct, and it was granted. You can see the little green jewel to the left. The request is the yellow, by the way. As the train goes through the Narrows, the BO 94, which is a freight, is coming from Kaiser. And here we see that it's passing Crescip and will go under a couple of bridges before getting to the Viaduct. As the train then makes a stop to the red signal, it will request permission through the junction. You will see that the request is made, but it is not granted, i.e. there is no green jewel to the left of it. Here we see now the BO 34 coming out of the Narrows and getting to the junction, Viaduct Junction, and eventually it makes its way all the way to Cumberland. Now this particular train takes the middle track at Cumberland, which means that it can release the auto tower, its own auto tower, so that then the BO 94 can get its own permission to go through the Viaduct. And we'll see in a moment this is going to happen. And there it is. The BO 34 released the auto tower, and now the freight BO 94, which made the request earlier, is granted to go through the Viaduct, and here it goes through the Viaduct. Eventually make it its own way to the yard at Evitz. And here we see also auto tower, its own auto tower, BO 94 auto tower was released. In the meantime, BO 99 is ready at Evitz Yard. Has been switched, and it's now making the request and got the approval to move from the yard into Williams Street Yard. BO 94 is coming through the Viaduct and is continuing on into Cumberland, and it's making a request for entering Evitz Yard, but it's not granted because obviously BO 99 is in the way. So we're going to watch here as BO 94 comes to a stop, and then the passage of BO 99. And now BO 99 is on the move, and it shortly will appear. Oh, also BO 34 is done its stop at the station. It did a request and received approval to continue on the main line. Here is BO 94 coming through the lead to moving to William Street Yard, and you should see BO 34 appearing on its way to Brunswick. And 34 also makes a request to receive approval to go through Evetts Junction or Evetts interlocking. Here we see BO 99 making its way to its stop for the exit of William Street Yard. Upon the release of the auto tower, the BO 94 receives the approval to move into Evetts Yard. All the switches are going to be set automatically, and then the train can continue into the yard. As BO 94 clears the back of itself, it releases the auto tower, and at this point BO 99 gets the approval to come out of William Street. The turnouts have been set, and the train starts to move out towards Connersville. At this point, the board then gets cleared after BO 99 clears the William Street Yard, and it's fully on the main. And here we see the auto tower board clear.